Hello, my name is Michelle, Coach Michelle. I'm going to be sharing with you about the 4-H method, what it is and who it's for and why it matters to you. So the 4-H method is based on 4 words: hope, habits, happiness, health, which hence the 4-H. And I chose a pyramid design image for the 4-H method because it best describes the framework. So we start with hope. This is the foundation. Most of the time when people start a fitness and health regimen, maybe they want to get into shape or they want to eat healthier or they want to take better care of their bodies. They start with health. They start with, what can I do to exercise? What can I do to eat better? But the best place to start, where you're going to see the most long-term sustainable changes, is with hope. Making your body your home. Taking ownership of your body and your life and knowing that it is good. And from there, we build habits, which are your practices, happiness, taking your whole life into account, and health, your hero journey. I'm going to explain more about what that means. So we start with hope. What is hope? When I was 16, I developed an eating disorder. It lasted 4 years. I was later diagnosed with anorexia nervosa. And even after my diagnosis and decision to go into recovery, it was a long battle with my body, with food, with exercise. So many issues, so much harmful behavior. It was like there was a monster in the back of my head telling me what to do, and I felt like I had to listen to it. That took over my life. It really took away a lot of years and joy from my life. When I recovered, I had to start with the place that was the hardest, and that was acceptance. Accepting myself as I was, not when or if, but just as I was. And that's where the worthiness comes from. When we can understand and know the truth, it's already there, that you are already 100% worthy. You're not going to be any more or less worthy depending on how you eat or how you look or how you exercise. You are already 100% worthy. It's easier said than done. But from there, you also know that you have the power to create the life you desire. So you are already arrived. You've already arrived. There's no place to get to. You're already there. What do you want to do with your life? You are infinite power to create. And why not create what you want? So you start with these 2 truths, and you create a safe space in your body where you feel comfortable and confident in your own body, in your own self. And the best way to do that is through rest. And from that truth, we build on with habits. So when we know that we are worthy and we know we are powerful, we don't become a vegetable. Although that would be fine if you wanted to be a vegetable and just do nothing for the rest of your life. That is completely fine. You would be just as worthy, just as valuable, because your worth is not found in what you do or what you have or who you know, but just you existing. You're worthy. But from that place, you actually start to create desires. You actually start to realize, hey, I want to do this with my life. And I want health to be a part of my life because I want to live the maximum enjoyable life that I can. And we create these practices. I like to frame habits as practices because that's what they are. We're not going for perfection. We're going for progress. Progress comes from already perfect. You already know that you're whole and complete. So what are some elements to habits? What does it look like? And this is really the ongoing stage. We start with hope, but the ongoing stage is habits. So having daily, weekly, monthly habits, some baseline ones that help you, support you in your health, and then building onto that so that healthy actions and results become a natural part of your life. And I show you how to do that in the 4-H method. But you need a safe space to express your worth and power. So a place where you feel safe to fail and to try again. A place where you are welcomed and not judged for your mistakes or just being you. You're accepted as you are. Which goes into sympathetic support. So you got support and connection with others. This is one of the best ways to connect and to heal. In the Western world, we are very much into individualism. I can do it on my own. But the truth is, the best way that you're going to get growth and progress and make it so much easier for yourself is to get support from others. You have a solid structure to flow in. I like to think of the 4-H method as rocks or the earth along with the sky supporting your growth, your waterfall, your river flowing into the ocean of your worthiness and your power. So it's you doing the work. It's all coming from you, but the 4-H method provides a structure for you to flow in. And that's super important. I used to be a teacher. I know how important routine is, predictability, structure in order to feel safe and to grow. I have unconditional self-compassion. That doesn't mean that you're always in love with yourself and you're never hard on yourself or you never think a mean thought. It just means that you always come back to, I'm on my own side. I'm going to be here for myself no matter what. And by the way, these are all practices. This is a practice. It's not something that you get perfect at. You just get better at it through practice. I use smart strategies to help. So we're not just shooting in the dark and just guessing. We actually have science-based, data-backed strategies to help us make these changes and to create them in our lives, based on experiences from others, but as well as scientific feedback. And I have simple sequential steps to grow. So you're not just going from, point J to point B, you're going sequentially from A to Z, working over time, progressing over time. So we start from the beginning and we build up from there with these habits. Super important. Most people, I will say, they start in fitness and health. They go to the really advanced things or things that aren't really helpful for where you're at, rather than focusing on these practices and habits so that it becomes stressful and a little bit beyond what is sustainable and realistic, rather than starting with the basic practices. And that is where we start in the 4-H method. What is the outcome? So we start with hope. That's our foundation, and we carry that. It bleeds into everything we do. It's the fabric that interweaves with everything else, with those habits and our health. I am worthy. I am powerful. My body is my home. It is mine. And then from there, we create these practices, which is the longest journey of tweaking and practicing and mastering the basics. And what is the result? Happiness. What does that look like? It doesn't mean you're happy all the time. It means we take your whole life into account, because if you are healthy and doing all the right things, but you are not happy, as in you are happy in your mind, you're happy in your emotions, you're happy in your relationships, and things are thriving, that's not true health. Health is holistic. We're not just physical beings, we're emotional, mental, environmental, spiritual beings. So what does it look like? You are clear on your own needs. You know what you need because you've practiced, you've listened to your body, you've trusted your body. You choose what's good for you as a whole person. So you're not going to prioritize short-term weight loss over long-term sustainability, unless you know that that's what you need and you're wise enough to trust yourself. You consistently care for yourself in a balanced way. So often with food and exercise, we feel like we got on the wagon, we get off the wagon, we get on track, we get off the track. The 4-H method helps you demolish all of that, and consistency, not regimented, grit your teeth, no matter what you're feeling, you just push through kind of consistency, but the kind of consistency where you trust yourself, where you go with the flow while also maintaining an anchor with your health habits. I consistently care for myself in a balanced way, away from extreme eating, with whether it's deprivation or overeating. I like to put that in quotation marks because what is that? Or going back and forth, or same with exercise. You are capable in your fitness, so you don't need to constantly outsource your fitness to someone else. Of course, you get support and education, but you feel confident in your own body and in your own health, because you know what to do, because you've put in the work, you've put in the practice, the habits. You know that even if you didn't have these habits, you'd be worthy and you'd be valuable as a human being, and that you matter. It's so good. Finally, the outcome of this, and I put happiness before health, because if you don't have happiness, you're not really healthy. It all culminates into health. And this is your hero journey, where you continue to take this, you continue to build on hope and habits and happiness, and you create the life that you want to live. You create the life that you want to live. Your health is not some constraining, if I don't have certain activities, or if I don't eat a certain way, then I don't feel good about myself. Your health is your hero journey, where you get to create your own story, where you get to live the life that you want to live based on your own values and dreams and desires, and use health not as the end all be all, but as a tool, as a way to live your healthiest life. And I like to narrow this down into 3 things. If you know me and you've seen this so far, you know that I might like alliteration. And I do like alliteration. I just think it's so fun. It's easier to remember, and I just like things structured and is pleasing. used to be a linguistics major. I have a master's in linguistics, so I love words and I love how we can play with them. And I used to be a teacher as well, and that comes through, I think, in my practice. But anyways, I am emancipated from external expectations and internal criticism. In the 4-H method, we go over diet culture, how society plays a role in our decisions around food and exercise, for better or for worse. And you get really clear on what you want, not what other people want you to do or what society tells you to do, but what you really, really want. You can't get clear on that if you have all this noise around you. But health is being emancipated or free, liberated from external expectations of, you should look a certain way, or this is what you should do. And that internal criticism of like, you're never good enough, your body looks ugly, blah, 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 or whatever the monsters say. You're free from that. It doesn't mean that it goes away. It just means that you know how to handle it and it doesn't control you anymore. You have energy to do the things you love with people you love, where you love. So health, again, is not the end all be all. It's a way to live the life that you want, to do the things that you want. You don't want to spend your whole life in a gym. You don't want to spend your whole life counting grams of food. Maybe you do, but most of us probably don't. You want to go out and live your life. You want to go on adventures. You want to have the energy to do everything that you want to do with the people you love, or alone, if you just want to be alone. And then lastly, I feel empowered in my body. I'm empowered. I feel free. I know what my body needs. I know what my body wants. I know my body is good. I know how it works because I've put different habits into practice. I've learned education about my body and how it works based on science. I've leaned into spirituality and how that affects my choices, knowing that it's not just a physical, but it's so much more, and you can enjoy full health. This is the 4-H method. I've laid all of this out into a program where we start with hope, and from there we build habits and continue to consider your whole life. Take that holistic approach with your daily, weekly, monthly habits, structures to help support you in your growth, and a plethora. The 4-H method provides a plethora of education, lessons around mindset, exercise, nutrition, lifestyle, as well as extra access to Dig Deeper docs where you get to really apply it to your life. So many tools, fitness tools, health tools, all in one place for you to access and to grow at your own pace wherever you are at, along with support from me, from your coach, and from others as well. It's a beautiful place to thrive. I believe that it is something that could benefit every single person in the world in their health. I believe that. I think if everyone did this program, the world would be a better place, a much better place. And that's why I created it. I feel like it was a gift given to me to share with the world. But it's especially for those who have struggled with extremes in their past, whether with eating or fitness. Maybe you're in the throes of it right now and you want to find balance. It's all about how to create and enjoy a healthy lifestyle and enjoy it. So fitness doesn't take over your life, it enhances your life. But it all starts with you. If you're willing to take this journey and make your body your home and make your health your hero journey, join the 4-H method. I'd love to see you there. Coach Michelle.